All right, guys, we're back. In the last video, we kind of walked through setting up Linux and VS Code on our Chromebook. Today, I'm going to show you how to basically create a markdown file. I'm not going to get too much into the detail of that, but we're going to create a markdown file and show how you can expose it to Google Chrome on the OS side and kind of use some Chrome extensions to preview that. So without further ado, let's get started. Again, last time we kind of enabled Chromebooks. One thing I forgot to show you guys is in the launcher, we'll see Visual Studio Code here. I can click on it. If the terminal isn't running, which means that the virtual machine / container isn't running, it'll start up when you kind of initialize VS Code. So any program you install in Linux that creates an icon within the drawer here will automatically start up Linux for you when you run it, which is kind of cool. You can, and one thing we'll probably do maybe in this video, maybe in another video, is you can install like a new browser. If you want to run Firefox on your Chromebook, you can totally do that. I will say it's not going to be as fast as running Firefox alone or ChromeOS on the ChromeOS side because, again, it's working through that virtual machine, but it allows you to debug and do other stuff and test out different browsers, which is really cool. So we have some of our files from the last time. I'm going to snap these left and right. I'm going to open up the terminal just so we can always kind of see what's going on. Let's see. Remember our cat dog folder. We're going to create a new directory called Markdown. And I am just going to code dot, which means, oh, I didn't mean to do it at that level. I did it at my home directory, and you see all these files. So we could just open up this file. I'm going to actually exit that again, which is funny. I exited all of VS Code, but which is totally fine. Now I'm going to code this. I could have done code markdown. Dot just refers to self, which means like current directory. So that's why that happened. So anyway, when we get into Git stuff later, GIT that is, basically source control or tracking revisions of our code, you're going to come across a lot of README files. This is my heading. And all that README files are shorthand for formatting. So I can do like, this is a smaller heading. So that's, oops, 3. This is even smaller. That doesn't really make any sense if you're not familiar with Markdown, but that's okay. We'll see what this looks like. Basically, it's shorthand. Check out this bullet list. I'll explain what all these are, but basically it's 1 pound or hash sign is an H equivalent of an H1, 2 is an H2, 3 is an H3. These are HTML components. Basically, it just can render this file into a formatted document, but it's a lot shorter than typing, H1 and H1. This is how you type the HTML. This is my heading. So you can either type what's on line 1 or you could type this. And I'd rather type what's on line 1, so we're going to do that. And a bulleted list is check mail. Take out garbage. We're just going to do a list of tasks. Empty dishwasher. So anyway, wow, not good spelling. So now we're going to save that. So we have a README file, right? Not very interesting, but that's okay. It is in Linux again. And I like to have both these up. I like to know what's going on. I like to know where my files are written. Now we're going to go into files. Whoops. Files. Linux files again. And we're going to go into the Markdown folder. And here's a file. Now check this out. I don't know if I can right click and open with Chrome. That's what I want to do. I can open with the default editor, but that's not very interesting. More actions. Okay. It won't let me do what I was hoping, but that's okay. What I'm going to do is open a new tab for Chrome. We'll throw it on the right side here. We're going to drag this file in here because guess what? You can drag file paths up here. All this is doing, again, a browser just kind of reads files from a server. The server in this case is our Linux machine. but we haven't told it what format this is or anything interesting about it. So honestly, it's just spitting out exactly what's on disk, which is great. However, we can install an extension. Just a couple extensions. I'm using Nimbus screen recording, which is super cool. Thank you, Nimbus, and making this free so I can do these videos. That's awesome. Vim. I like to use Vim for navigation on files. If you get into Vim editing, you will love this extension. You can just leave your keys on the home row and navigate the entire internet pretty much, which is awesome. So we're going to do Markdown Preview Plus. We're going to download that Chrome extension. So you can just go to a Chrome extensions and then type like download, whatever. I don't know why that was weird. My, is it only on Google? I was wondering why my webcam was showing up sometimes and not other times. This is so weird. Is it in here twice now? Yeah. Oh, well. All right. We'll leave it up here. So we're going to add the Preview Plus Markdown to this. So that's really cool. We're going to configure it. Whoa. I don't know what happened there, but we're going to load it. We go to Options. We are going to enable auto reload because that's helpful. And we're going to do it every second for fun. And we're going to use GitHub left. It doesn't really matter. These are just formats. Basically what this can do is turn a README file that looks like this into a formatted document like it does in GitHub. So oops. I know we're getting close. Trust me. All right. I think that's it. And then I wonder if I have to launch the extension or disable render markdown options. Well, we're figuring this out together. This is fun, I guess. All right, I'm going to pause the video and figure out what's going on. Oh, I remember. Okay, in your extensions, you have to go to Manage Extensions. We have to tell it to allow access to file URLs. Boom. Now let's go over here. Refresh. Check that out. Again, we have like kind of the bold heading, the next heading, kind of an H3. I think I have a space here, which makes that not bold, but I think it's asterisk usually bold. So let's toss up VSCode here. Get rid of this space and see if that fixes it. There you go. Now we have a bullet list. If you do just one, you make it italic. So like, let's say we want to do check mail, and for some reason italicize that. You can even see that. This is what VS Code provides you. A lot of syntax. It figures out .md is a README file, or sorry, a markdown file, and then can kind of format as you go, so you kind of get a better understanding of what it's doing. Again, there we go. So that is how we preview markdown files that we've created in Linux, but we can use a Chrome extension. So this allows us kind of to use the Chrome browser for debugging what we build on the Linux side. We're going to do that more. So we're going to create basically using, I think we're going to use 11D, which creates a web server and can expose basically a whole HTML website that we can view via Chrome. So we'll do that in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed again. Take care.